the so as release. So for this one, you're going to find your belly button and your hip, and you're going to go about halfway in between. We're going to start off with the right side, so belly button, right hip, putting your hands, and I like to go skin on skin. You don't have to, you can do it above, but what we're going to do is we're going to push in, and then we're going to pull up. So we've pushed in on the skin, and then we're pulling it up towards our head. We're going to step back with our right leg, so the same leg as your hands, just in a comfortable distance. Then what we're going to do is we're going to push the hips forward, so really increasing that stretch at the front of the hip there. And we're going to do 3 breaths through your mouth. And 3 breaths through your nose. As you're doing the 3 breaths through your nose, please feel free to explore different angles. You want to rotate in and rotate out and leaning over, whatever feels right for you. And go standing up. Taking a moment to tune in, notice the difference. Everyone is different. I always notice that in my glute, but I know other people notice that in the front of their hip, maybe both. Always nice to tune in and see where you're feeling it. So then we're going to do the other side. So same thing, find your belly button, find your hip, making that direct line down, and we're going about halfway in between. We're going to push our fingers in and then pull up, stepping back with your left foot, pushing those hips forward, looking up, and 3 breaths through your mouth. And 3 breaths through your nose. As I said, you can start to explore different motions, different angles, and coming up, shaking it out. Okay, onto the belly button. So for the belly button, we're going to find our belly button. We're going to start with our fingers pointing down. We're going to press in and then turn so our thumb is pointing upwards. So you've pushed in, keep that pressure in, and then turn so your thumb is pointing upwards. And for the other hand, we're going to push in, fingers pointing down, and this time our thumb points downwards. So counter rotation there. And 3 breaths through your mouth. And 3 breaths through your nose. 1, 2, 3. Letting it go. Now we're going to do the same thing but at the solar plexus area. So we're at the front and at the same area but at the back. So we're going to find the solar plexus area. It's sort of where your rib cage travels up and meets at your sternum, just below that in that soft part there. So again, we're going to push in, our fingers are pointing down, so that means our thumb's out. We push in and then we turn, we push in and we turn so our thumb's down. So up for the front and thumb down for the back. Three breaths through your mouth and then 3 breaths through your nose. And letting go. You can also, for the solar plexus, one that I sort of like to do is you go down not so high up but down just a little bit and you lean forward a little bit, you push in and you actually pull out and stretch, and you can then lean that forward. It's a really nice one you can do as well. Shaking it out, my arms are a little bit sore, getting a little bit tired. And then the belly, the belly, what am I talking about? We're doing the bladder. So the belly, the bladder torque. So there is the bladder release where you can pull up, but the bladder torque is so finding just above your pubic bone. And you're going to, same thing as the other two, you're going to push in, you're going to turn so your thumb is pointing upwards, again finding the opposite spot, and you're going to turn so your thumb is pointing downwards, and 3 breaths through your mouth and 3 breaths through your nose. You've got to make sure when you're doing these that you're always pushing in. If you release, you're letting go of the pressure and the torque, and it's not going to work. All right. Shake it out, go for a walk, see if you notice any changes within the body. Anything has opened, maybe something has calmed for you. Just taking a moment to tune in. So the next one I'm going to do is we have to get down on the ground. So we're going to do the hip release. So lying down on your back. And we're going to put the right leg over the left leg. We're then going to bring the legs or the knees up towards your chest. With your hands, you're going to pull the skin down on your shins and then sort of pull them towards you. Now you can then lift your head up. You can try both ways. I generally go to the right for the right leg, but with all fascial maneuvers, it is up to you to what feels right. And we're going to do the 3 breaths. And then 3 breaths through your nose. Release. And then left leg over. Again, pulling up, pulling down on the skin of your calves and sort of pulling them apart. And once again, my feet are in it. And we're going to pull the legs towards, like pulling the knees towards your chest. You've got your head up. This time I'm looking towards the left. And 3 breaths through your mouth. And 3 breaths through your nose. You can also, if you want, go for a little bit, move your legs to the side a little bit. Just playing around on different angles, around what feels nice for your body. Okay? So, there's a few different ways. I'm just going to move my camera down a little bit. Whee, hello. So, the knee. So, you can do this in a squat. So, I'll show you in a squat. So, I do it this way when I warm up. I sit down in a squat. I cross my hands over, I place them on my knee, and I'm turning outwards. So, going that way. And I just grab both and I hold. And I just sit here for a few breaths. You can do it one hand, so your knee's there, and you're going outwards. So you're twisting the skin out, and you can do that on both knees. Again, doing the breaths that you want to do. And another way to do it is the same, but sitting this time. So if you can't squat, squatting is not an easy thing for you to do. You can do it sitting, you can do it sitting in a chair. Can't be bothered moving to the couch, so we're going to do it sitting on the ground. And we are going to, again, and you can try, when you're sitting on the ground, you can try in both directions, see how you feel. So test both directions. It is nice. When I go outwards, I feel it down more into my glute and hip. When I go inwards, I feel it more down into my ankle. That is just my body. Everyone feels things a little bit different. And so you just hold that and breathe. And I like to go with my hip from side to side. I also like to do a little bit of a ankle twirl, a bit of a bend and stretch. While we're at this leg, we're going to stay with the right leg. And while it's bent, we're going to interlace our fingers and put it up under your knee there. We're then going to stretch the leg out and we're going to push in on the skin and pull it down towards your bottom and use your body weight. So actually use your body weight to pull back. And then again. Moving that ankle around. And then we're going to stay on this leg. Couple more to do. We've got another 1, 2, 3 more to do on this leg, and then we'll swap over. So we're going to interlock our fingers again. We're going to pull down towards your ankle, but on top of, like on your shin. You're going to push in on the skin. You're going to pull up like you're putting a sock or a boot on. And then slowly moving around. Making sure that you're breathing 3 through your mouth, 3 through your nose. Whenever I do this one, my neck always clunks, opens up my neck. And then, same thing, interlocking your fingers at this time underneath on your ankle and on your calf. And you can go up a bit further if you want. You don't have to stay down there. If you feel like you need to go up and more on your calf, that is fine. There is no right or wrong, it's just your body. And making sure you're breathing as you're doing this. And the last one we're going to do is the ankle. So we're going to turn our hands. One's going to twist one way and one's going to twist the other. So one's like away from you and one's towards you. So both hands on your ankle, one twists away, one twists towards, and we're going to hold that while we move our ankle around in all different angles. Remembering to move slow. Fascia likes to move slow. Apparently at 4 centimeters a second. And then you can twist the other way. So the hand that was towards you now goes away. So just changing the way that the hands were. Still breathing. Alternating those breaths between your mouth and your nose. Okay. So up to the knee, up to your left leg, or if you didn't follow along and you did your left last time, you're now up to your right. The leg you didn't do. And again, we're going to, so you can do it on top of the kneecap. I like to just go around, so I'm not sure if you can see it, sort of like I'm making a circle with my hands on the top of the knee there. Whatever feels comfortable for you. And again, you can try it both directions, see what your body needs at this time. Remembering to breathe. One of the really powerful things about fascial maneuvers, well, there's so many powerful things, but one is how it really encourages you to listen to your own body and to adapt anything that feels right for you at this time. So there is a lot of disconnection for a lot of people between their body, and this one's really, fascial maneuvers is a beautiful practice to start to develop and listen to your body. So interlacing your fingers, placing it under your knee, pushing in, pulling down, leaning back, and moving your foot around. And the breathing onto the shin, so down towards the front of your ankle, pulling up. So you can pull up as far or as little as you want, and then just moving the foot around slowly. Doing your 6 breaths through your mouth, 6 breaths, 3 through your mouth and 3 through your nose. And then underneath, So interlocking your fingers, placing it down towards your heel, and then pulling up to wherever it feels like you need. Moving around, and the last one on this side is that ankle one. So again, we're rotating the hands, one away from you, one towards you, on your top, just the top of your ankle, on your lower leg. Moving that foot around. And twisting back the other way. And standing up. Go for a walk and see how much lightness there is for you. See if there's any shifts in your hips, in your feet, in your toes, how you walk. All right. Shaking it out. On to a little bit of head work. So the first one we're going to do is antler twist. So for antler twist, we're using the palm of our hands and we're going to place them on our temple area. So we're going to start off with your right hand and your fingers are going to be pointed backwards. And with your left hand, the fingers are pointed forwards. And we're going to push in. And then you're going to rotate so your fingers are pointing upwards. And your face should look a little bit like that. We want to keep that pressure on. And we're just going to make sure we've got our spinal pelvic lock on as we slowly move our head around. Making sure we're doing the conscious breath. If you lose your grip, just re-grip. Your right fingers are back, your left fingers are forward. And just moving around. You can go down into a bit of a squat. Looking in all the different directions. And coming up. And then on to a peekaboo. So for peekaboo, we're going to wrap our right hand all the way. I just need to fix my camera a little bit. We're going to wrap our right hand around all the way across to our left side of our neck. And we're sort of going to push in and pull around to our right. We're then going to look to our right elbow. So we're going to sort of turn our head to the right. And then with our left hand, we're going to push on the skin away to our left ear. Three breaths through your mouth. And moving around and letting it go. All right, the sinus release. Love this one. And actually Barb was telling me today how it's related to energizing you and about saying I can and I will from left to right. It was a really interesting conversation that I had with Barb, and learning new things. So we will place our left hand on the side of our right nostril. So right on there, we're going to push in, and then with our right hand we're going to pull the skin back towards our right ear. And just breathing, making sure you've got your spinal pelvic lock on. Moving your head in all directions. Take a moment. Always amazes me just the difference between the two nostrils after you've done one or the other. And just so important for, you know, getting that extra oxygen, feeling more alive. All right, other side. So we're going to use our right hand and we're going to place it on the side of our left nose, on the crease there. We're going to push in. We're going to grab our left hand and we're going to pull it on the cheek area back towards your ear. We've got our spinal pelvic lock on. You are slowly moving your head around in different angles, and of course, you are breathing. And let it go. Shake it out. Feel alive. Alright, getting cheeky. So this time similar to antler twist, but we're using fingers, not our palms, but same direction. So, and we're placing it on that meaty part of your jaw. So, 3 fingers pointing backwards, 3 fingers pointing forwards. We're pushing in and we're turning. And breathing, moving, exploring, tuning in and letting go. All right, I've been doing this one heaps. The next one, the double ear pull, and I've been getting a lot more earwax. So it's obviously opening stuff up and clearing things out. So been really powerful, the double ear pull. So we're going to use both hands. We're going to pull up on the ears, and generally it's nice to pull forwards. Some people try and you can go backwards instead of forwards. For me, it is forwards. It's no right or wrong. It's just what feels right for your body. Spinal pelvic lock. Slowly moving around, getting all the angles. Open the jaw. You can go down into a squat. Still breathing through it all. Whew. Going for a walk. So really nice, opening up the jaw, jaws related to hips and the ankles. So nice to open all of them. All right, going to the vagus nerve. So for the vagus nerve, using your left hand, and have a play around here. I know the basic cueing is to put it on the top of the trap there and push away. I encourage people to actually have a play around. I quite like doing it a little bit closer to my neck, more in the hollow, just above my collarbone. Everyone's got their own tightness around here, so I encourage people just to have a play around. Where does your body feel like it needs it at this point? When you have found that spot, I want you to push down. You can do a little bit of a turn, a torque on the skin. Then we're pushing it away towards your shoulder. And same here. So we're using our left hand on our right side. Our head is going to look up and towards the left. So our chin is up. With our right hand, I again encourage people to find, where does that hand need to go? Is it under the chin? Is it a bit closer towards the ear? There is no right or wrong. You just want to create space and a stretch between the two hands and where your body needs it at this time. So squatting down. And 3 through the nose. And coming up. Actually had a class today in a yurt. So I ran a 1.5 hour class workshop. I had a lady did this and her neck was all when she'd done one side. So really powerful at opening it up and then feeling contracted in the other side. So Using your right hand, again, having a play around. Might be a different spot on this side. No right or wrong. No judgment. Letting go with judgment. And we're going to push down, pull away. We're going to find that tension line. So we're looking, so we've used our right hand on our left shoulder and we've pushed down, we're pushing towards our shoulder. We're turning our head to the right with our chin up. And then we're placing our left hand somewhere around there. Might be on your chin, might be more on your neck. We're down into a squat with our spinal pelvic lock and breathing. And coming up. It's got me sweaty. I was really quite tight on that side. Okay. Go for a walk. Some head stuff.